All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a programmer, or heck, even if you're just thinking about becoming one, you need to listen up. Because everything you think you know about writing code is changing. And I'm not talking about some new framework or minor update. We are talking about a fundamental, ground-shaking shift in how software gets made. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a whole new book. Let's look at the facts. So let's kick things off with a number that should really make you sit up and pay attention. 30%. Microsoft, that Microsoft, recently revealed that a full 30% of their new code is now generated by AI. Just let that sink in. This isn't some little experiment on the side. This is production code. It's running the services that literally billions of us use every single day. This is happening right now, and it's happening at a massive scale. And you know it follows a huge tech shift, right? Money. Lots of it. There's a startup called Cursor. They make an AI-first code editor, and it just got a valuation of nearly $10 billion. Investors are saying it's one of the fastest growth stories they've ever seen. This isn't just a cool new tool. It's a signal that the entire financial engine of the software world is being rebuilt around AI.
And look, in case you think this is all just industry hype, listen to this. Every year, MIT Technology Review picks the 10 breakthrough technologies that are going to reshape our world. And for 2026, you guessed it, generative AI for coding is on that list. When MIT says, pay attention to this, you know it's the real deal. This changes everything.
So, what does this AI coding tsunami actually look like? Well, like any huge wave, it's not just one thing. It's this powerful combination of insane financial momentum, absolutely mind-blowing technology, and a complete cultural revolution in how developers do their jobs day to day. And the money behind this thing is just staggering. The market for these AI tools hit $5.8 billion in 2025. But look at the projection. It's expected to rocket to $52 billion by 2035. That's almost a 10 times growth in a single decade. The way we've been writing code for the last half century, it's quickly becoming a thing of the past. And let's be super clear here. We are so far beyond a smarter autocomplete. I mean, it's not even in the same league. These modern AI tools, they're writing entire functions from scratch. They're hunting down and debugging these incredibly tricky issues that would take a person hours to find. They can take huge chunks of old, messy, legacy code and clean it all up. They can even design entire application architectures just from a simple description in plain English. It's wild. So, when the tools of your trade change this dramatically, the way you work has to change too. It's inevitable. And that's exactly what's happening. A whole new way of creating software is emerging, and people have a great name for it: vibe coding. And don't think for a second that this is some niche thing that only a few early adopters are messing with. Nope. A stunning 82% of developers are already using these AI tools every single day, or at least every week. This is mainstream. Like right now. The industry has already voted with its keyboards. This is the new normal. So, what on earth is vibe coding? Well, think about it this way. In traditional programming, you have to be a master of syntax. Every single semicolon, every bracket has to be perfect. Vibe coding completely flips that on its head. Now you just describe the vibe, the goal, the feeling, the outcome you want in plain English. Your job shifts. You're no longer the master carpenter obsessed with every tiny detail. You're the architect, describing the vision for the house and letting your AI-powered team handle the nuts and bolts of construction. This has become so common, so fast, that Collins Dictionary actually named vibe coding its word of the year for 2025. It's now officially in the dictionary, defined as using natural language to tell an AI what you want it to build. It's not just a new technology, it's a whole new part of our culture. And maybe the biggest consequence of all this is that the barrier to entry, the huge wall you used to have to climb to learn to code, is just crumbling. This means we're about to see this explosion of new creators, new ideas and new businesses from people who never could have built software before. What used to take years of intense study can now be picked up in just a few weeks. But it's not all good news. This incredible new speed and accessibility has created a really interesting and, frankly, complicated situation. We're calling it the productivity paradox. First, the good stuff, the reason everyone jumped on board. The time savings are huge. For simple, repetitive tasks, developers are reporting they're up to 75% faster. Even for average day-to-day tasks, they're seeing a 30% boost. I mean, features that used to take a whole week are now being shipped in a day or two. It's a massive productivity win. So everything is just faster and better now. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. When you dig into the data, a much more complicated picture starts to emerge. Here's something that sounds totally backward.
Some research found that experienced developers using AI were actually 19% slower on really complex tasks. How is that even possible? Well, it's because trying to review, understand, and untangle the logic of code that an AI wrote can be incredibly mentally taxing. It's like trying to proofread a complicated legal document that was translated from another language. Sometimes it's just faster to write it yourself from scratch.
And then there's the quality and security issue, which is frankly kind of terrifying. One major study found that 48%, so nearly half of the code generated by an AI, had potential security holes in it. This creates a huge new challenge. You can't just accept the code. You have to be a security expert now just to spot the AI's mistakes. You can't possibly secure code that you don't truly deeply understand.
And this paradox has a very real human cost. The uncomfortable truth is that those classic entry-level programming jobs, they're in trouble. Companies used to hire junior developers to do all the simple, routine tasks, the very same tasks that AI now does instantly. The bottom rungs of the career ladder, where new coders used to get their start and learn the ropes, are basically being automated away.
Okay, so given this massive disruption, the good, the bad, and the kind of scary, what does it all mean for you? If you're a programmer today or you want to be one tomorrow, how in the world do you navigate a career that's being rewritten right before our eyes?
First thing you need to get your head around is that the next wave is already here. We're moving beyond AI assistants that just suggest code to fully autonomous AI agents. These things don't just talk about code, they write it, they test it, they find bugs, they fix them, and they deploy it to production. Imagine just telling an AI teammate, hey, build a feature that lets users upload a new profile picture, and I need it live by the end of the day. And it just does it. That's where we're headed. So what's the game plan? How do you not just survive, but actually thrive here? It really comes down to three things. One, embrace the tools. You have to learn to work with AI, not against it. Your new superpower is going to be how well you can prompt it and how fast you can review its work. Two, master the fundamentals. Use AI as a rocket ship to learn faster, but never, ever skip the core concepts. You still need to know why the code works, because that deep knowledge is the only thing that'll let you catch the AI's mistakes. And three, focus on the truly human skills, the big picture stuff, high-level architecture, creative problem solving, and understanding what the business actually needs. That's the stuff AI can't do.
Ultimately, this whole thing isn't really a story about humans being replaced by machines. It's a story about evolution. And this quote really says it all. AI won't replace programmers, but programmers who use AI will replace programmers who don't. That's not a threat, it's just the new reality of the job.
And that leaves us with this final crucial idea. The very definition of a great developer is changing. The most important question for your career isn't can you write perfect code anymore. The question is now, can you leverage every single tool at your disposal, especially AI, to solve real, valuable problems? That's the new game.